3, 2, 1.
Kids mimic their parents. It's true.
Well, guys, I'm really glad we found the sword of eternal immortal life. Now let's pick it up and call it a game. The end.
The end. You guys beat a day of Shavir just from finding the one weapon.
Exactly. We didn't have to hit her with it, right?
Yeah. As soon as you picked it up, she just dies.
Yeah, exactly. Lame.
Right. How much do you remember of what happened last time? It's been 2 weeks since we played.
Well, there was a commander of a city who I was sent to talk to, and
Can't remember his name.
outright refused. Oh, wait, don't I also have the names listed? Because I was supposed to keep track of that?
Yeah, you're keeping track of some.
So whatever that thing is, it's here somewhere.
It's one
right?
of those cards. I think.
Here we go. What's the city?
Icecrest is where you guys met that guy?
Sir Aaron.
Sir Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we met Sir Aaron, and I asked him, "Can you please give me an army?" And he said,
Well, nope.
he said no, and I said why? And he's like, imaginary threats, and I'm like, why are you such a coward? And he's like, I'm no coward, you're the coward. And then we did that for about 3 hours. And then I decided I wanted to make my own mercenary band to show this guy that I can recruit more people than he ever can in his entire life.
So then you went to the companions and you were like, hey, I need you guys' help. And then they were like, well, we need your help too. And they basically wanted you to fight a vampire for them. Or to seek out a vampire.
That the fighting guild has tasked me with?
Basically, it was, there was murders going on in the city, which basically led to there's most likely a vampire in the city. So in order to earn their trust, they want you to seek out the vampire.
That's gonna be easy. I once killed a pedophile. It's almost the same thing.
Almost.
Well,
Neo asked, where do we find vampires?
we'll probably do the same thing we did to capture the pedophile.
The other two are very confused at this whole catching a pedophile thing.
Stevie,
Yes?
you ready to be some bait once more?
As long as they aren't scary like the last creepy man.
Oh no, baby. Vampires aren't scary as pedophiles. That's what I'm saying. You can roll to figure that out.
I rolled a will check.
Oh, on him.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, he's not really down for the idea, but he kind of follows your command anyways.
I'm just joshing you, Stevie. I don't know jack shit about vampires.
Can I have an allowance?
For the last time, no, Stevie. I'm gonna make you give me money if you keep asking. Alright. There's gotta be someone in this damn city that knows a thing or two about vampires.
Roll a... What are even the checks? I guess roll a logic check. And you can roll one, and I'll roll one for the NPC characters.
Do I have the bonuses of anyone who might have it?
Sure, I'll let you take whoever has the best logic check.
This might be Jade who This is a D8.
The brown one.
That's a D8.
The only one that's different. Sure you don't want me to color code all your dice for you?
Shut up. Now I know. D8 is a diamond with 4 sides on top and bottom.
Yeah. Simple. It's 2 D4s put together.
I don't know what the number is.
It's 25.
There we go. Knew it. That was almost
yeah,
there.
25. So that was Jade's.
Well, I mean, you said you were.
I mean, that was her logic check, though.
Yeah, that was her logic. Yeah.
Okay, so Jade's, definitely on the weirder, I guess, side of people, quirkier side of people. And what was your original question? It was like, where could you find somebody who would know more about vampires?
Yeah.
Jade seems pretty knowledgeable about vampires, although she wouldn't know where exactly to find one within like a big city. Basically, any 3 questions you have, I can answer for, or Jade can answer for you. So, like, you can if you think you know something about vampires, obviously that will translate over to your character. But if you want to know something for sure, you can just ask. You can ask up to 3 questions, and I'll answer them the best I can.
You think they might be in the slums, Jade? Maybe creeping on those of less fortunate status?
I've heard of stories about vampires hiding out in sewers and stuff like that, mostly feeding on small animal bloods like rats and stuff like that to sustain their hunger. And also it keeps them out of sunlight, and it also keeps them away from the rest of civilization. So
they're antisocial creatures.
Generally speaking, yes. They can charm people into liking them, but for the most part, they're pretty seclusive.
How does one kill a vampire?
Alright. She looks up to you and says, to the best of her knowledge, you can kill one through sunlight, or they will take damage through sunlight. That doesn't immediately kill them. And I've heard a myth about running water. I don't know if it's true or not, but I guess vampires can't cross running water, and if they try to, then they'll get hurt. And I've also heard that beheading could kill a vampire, but again, I'm not 100% certain on that one.
Well, Jade, it sounds like you know a lot about vampires. A little mysterious, don't you think? I don't know much about your background.
Yeah, that was a little mysterious. I'm pretty book smart. My father taught me a bunch of stuff growing up.
But you have a lot of time to read books.
Not nowadays. Well, I mean, nowadays maybe because I don't have a job anymore. But the past couple years, I've just been working this whole time.
Well, we should sit down near a campfire and talk and maybe embrace, Jade.
Maybe. Are you coming on to me?
I don't know. Do you think I am?
Kind of.
Well, let's wait for the vampire.
That's kind of what tattoos do to somebody.
Yeah, the tattoo on my face is very sexually stimulating.
Yes.
Well, we should look for the vampire, so we're gonna have to head down to the ship mines.
The ship mines?
Ship mines.
Oh, ship mines. Okay. Alright, I guess they follow you down to the ship mines.
Oh, well, Stevie doesn't. Oh, no, Stevie should get some experience. And he probably will build up some immune resistance being exposed. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're gonna build up his immune system by taking him down to the sewers.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
If that's what you want him to get like a perk out of that, then sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Can't get sick. That's how it works.
Okay, so, you guys have no clue really where to get down into the sewer system, but I don't know, do you want to ask around, like, people that live around the area, maybe some guards? Basically, I'm asking who do you want to ask in order to find your way to, like, a sewer system.
I find the nearest grate.
You don't see any visible grates out, like, in the roads.
What?
Yeah.
The city has no shit system, does it? Alright, well, we go to the nearest guard.
You see Chris chilling at the library.
Hell yeah.
Arms
all
crossed. And he sees you guys walking. He's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And he walks up and gives you a fist bump.
Hey, Chris. We want to make our way to the sewers. I want to show my southern sights.
Roll persuasion check. I'll take a bonus of anyone who might have a better persuasion.
20.
Okay. He is confused for a moment.
I hit him, a punch him on the shoulder. We're hunting a vampire. I'm not taking my son down there just to look at shit.
There's a vampire here? Wait, is that what those murders are all about?
Oh, I'm sure some of them aren't vampires, but...
No, I think they all are. They all got the same bite necks. The neck bites.
Oh, I see. Jay didn't mention about the biting of necks. I knew nothing about that.
I figured you do.
I knew nothing about that.
Yeah, they bite people and they can steal their
Look.
energy.
Vampires are just a children's story told by old men who want to keep you out of their sheds. That's how I knew it. By the way, it doesn't matter. Chris,
What's up?
lead me to the sewers.
Alright, fine. He takes you to on the main roads there aren't any sewage pipes or anything like that. But he does know one area where you can get immediate access into just an entrance access to the sewage. Most of the sewage is basically just any other entrances to the sewage is just through the toilets outside, the outhouses and stuff like that. Basically wherever you shit or piss is just dropped straight down in there. And then every once in a while they'll run water through the sewage system to push it all out.
Okay, when we get to the entrance of the sewage, I just go...
Yeah. He lifts it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You smelled before you lifted it up.
Yes.
You get a big fresh air and it's so... Ugh!
You smell that, Steve?
It stinks.
It's bravery.
It's bravery.
Yes.
By the way, what level are your characters again? Level 3? 4, 2?
3.
2 or 3?
3.
Okay. Perfect. Oh wait, I think I remember... Shit. No, yeah, I think they're all 3.
Yeah, it's just 3
Okay.
here.
Perfect. So, you guys are able to basically enter the sewage area now. Let me go ahead and go through here real quick. See if there's any monsters I can pull out. Shit, man. Actually, I do know exactly one that would be perfect for a situation like this.
Jay, what other creatures might look...
Roll a logic check.
might look in this? Logic for her?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 14.
I mean, like I said before, sometimes vampires will hide out in here to eat rats. Again, there's some myth going on about sewer gators, but I don't know if that's necessarily true either. Right off the top of my head, that's all I can really think about, though. It's this thing. It's this giant slug. No.
I'm for it. I'll fight it. I'll kill it.
I'll kill it. It's just a giant pussy. That's all it is. It's a bull. There's just a bull down there.
A single bone.
There it is. Pop you out. Little sucker. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know much about what else could be living out here.
Well, is Chris gone already?
No, he's kind of like hanging out by the
Chris.
sewer entrance. What's up?
Can you be a lad and get me a map of the sewage system?
That's a big no-go on that one. I don't even know the system, how exactly it's laid out. Basically, what I understand is, like, every once in a while, we'll get a wizard to come here, and they will, like, do some sort of water spell that just flushes out the entire place.
You got a plumber wizard?
I
He just wears
assume
plumbing
that
gear.
it's pretty linear,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Ah, yes. Shit wizards.
Yeah.
I dealt with them in my day. Well, we probably can get lost here. Good thing I brought these these scuba snacks.
Scooby snacks.
Kill it! I knew it was here.
You see a vampire come out.
Easy.
If you're looking to fight vampires, don't you want some, like, sharp sticks or something? I heard that those can be used to fight vampires.
I don't know, Jay. Do we need sharp sticks or something?
I've heard. Apparently, you've never heard of anything. That if you
Damn
stab,
thing about vampires.
I've heard a myth that if you stab a vampire through the heart with a wooden stake, you would either kill them or paralyze them. I don't
You
know.
telling me, and I whip out my great sword. You telling me this little jab with this thing ain't gonna do it?
Nope. It needs to be wooden for some reason. That's the myth. Maybe it would do it. I don't know.
Jay,
gotta-
I wish for once you dealt in facts.
Like I said, I'm just going based off of these child stories that you keep talking about.
Well, anyone got some wood we can carve?
The entrance to the sewage system is actually kind of outside of the city, so you could pretty easily chop down some tree branches.
Alright, that's what we do.
Perfect. You do that.
We
and-
sharpen them into the sharpest stakes ever created.
Okay, you sharpen them into some...
6 beautiful
some
stakes.
Sharpen them into some steaks.
And we engraved lettering inside in each one. We called one
It does.
Dressemere.
Ooh, and it's actually... Oh, it's kind of low level for you guys.
The other one's Lucanus.
Alright, fuck it.
The one after that is
What are you going on about, kid?
Vivian. We carved the names of the stakes into each in the wood of each.
God damn it. This thing gets me every time.
This was Rachel.
What are you going on about?
We carved 6 stakes and I named them. I'm actually changing the names right now.
You carved out 6 steaks?
Yeah.
Why 6? You got 4 people. Well, you got 5 if you count Stevie.
And one's an emergency one. And we wrote the names for each one.
One's to light up into a torch.
We had to make a rhyming poem for these very, very important legendary stakes. One's name is Rachel.
A rhyme?
Yeah. Another, Chandler.
Neo is very confused about all this. Not Zeke.
The other, Monica. This one, Joey. This one, Phoebe. And the last one, Ross.
Ross?
Each steak. Legendary.
I'm so confused.
So walk around saying, you know, like in Lord of the Rings, they name every weapon? Well, I name my steaks.
You named all the steaks?
After the cast of Friends.
What are you doing?
I'm going to use them. I'm going to be really happy about it.
Alright, fuck it. This is what we're using. Perfect. Don't worry, you're not gonna die yet.
Sweet.
Alright, so you carved out your 6 steaks.
Yes.
5.
You have to. You cannot keep saying 6 steaks though. You have to say all their names.
So you carved out friends.
Rachel, Chandler, Monica, Joey,
You don't even know all their names.
Ross, Phoebe. I knew 3 of them.
I knew Joey. That was the best I got.
Yeah.
I probably could have eventually guessed Ross. I don't know.
Well, I got them.
Okay, you got it. You don't need me to say the names, as long as you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I appreciate you trying to take care of this vampire thing, if that's what's actually going on.
Do you expect us to be lying?
I just don't know the entire truth.
Good one, Chris. Alright, Chris, thanks. As always, stay strong, brother.
Gives you the same salute back. Wait, do you want me to keep this open or closed for you?
Oh, keep it wide open. Don't trap us in here.
Okay. I don't know how long you guys plan on being gone.
Maybe like a month or 2.
A month in the sewers? It only takes a day to walk through them all.
Chris,
Probably not even, honestly. Probably just like a couple hours.
I like to keep myself, with a lot of room.
You want me to get like the plumber wizard to dump out all the water through for now?
Nah, we'll get him some other time.
Okay. He just like steps away now. I'll be here for a little while, at least until some other guard tells me I need to
All
get
right,
back to
don't
my
get
post.
killed.
Okay, bye. You start walking through the
that
sewers.
poor sap's gonna be dead by the time we get out.
So the sewers are pretty cramped because obviously it's not meant for many people to be excavating through at the same time.
Okay.
So it's pretty cramped. Some of the wider spots reach only about 15 feet wide, which means you can only stay on 3 people at a side. But at some of the more narrow spots, it's probably like only 5 feet wide. And then like the parts, as you're walking through, and you do eventually see like some parts that are open up above you, you assume it's for toilets.
Right.
Or like, it could really be a bunch of different things. Like maybe even one of them is for a water well or something like that. But yeah, you see like a few holes opening up above you, which again are only like a couple feet wide. So you couldn't really, you could probably squeeze your way through if you can get a good jump. That's about it. It actually seems like it was pretty recently cleaned. Like, as you're coming up to some spots, you do notice, like, small piles of gross fecal matter. But there are also... But it's not as dirty as you would have expected.
Look, Stevie, that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's normal.
Do you guys have any source of light?
Good question. Someone here has to have light.
Because as you get through, it gets pretty dark pretty quick.
I mean, probably could be a boon, right? For creation.
Maybe. I don't know about creation.
Energy or creation?
Those two. Especially it's there.
I mean, with energy, I would allow it. I would allow, you could say that you want to light up, like, you want to keep some flames lit.
Oh.
in your hand.
So without boom, just go.
Sure. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, then Jade.
Or if you want to, you can use your emergency stake as an actual torch. Not yet.
No, we're not using Ross for such a simple matter.
It would be Ross. That's the
Yeah.
left alone one.
No, Jade lights fires with her hands.
Alright. She just she'll keep a flame going
Yeah.
as long as she can, basically. But as soon as she needs to cast another spell, I'm gonna say that light disappears.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay. So you guys are walking through. You now have, I'll say you guys can see upwards, probably, it's not a big flame, so I'll say you could probably see upwards of 30 feet ahead of you. Or around her flame.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody stands in front of it, it's obviously going to obscure some stuff. As you guys are walking through, I want you to go ahead and roll a perception check. And again, I'll let you pick. I guess this is how we'll do it. I'll just let you pick on whoever has the best of the skills to do the check.
At this point, I would say make one giant character sheet named Party.
We should just get a poster board.
That's not D10. This is
Yeah.
D10.
Yeah.
See, I told you. Don't need color.
You just always pick up the D8 first as well.
23.
Because it might be right. 23?
Yeah.
Okay. And the 20 explodes if you want to.
Cool.
So 35, 45?
Yeah, 30. No, 45. No, 35.
35, yeah. Okay. So, as you guys are walking through, you do notice little rats skippering around from place to place. It seems like some of those places people might throw away some food, and at one point you see a rat run away with something in its mouth, probably some food. But at the moment you don't see anything too out of the ordinary as you're just walking through. Eventually it does, as you're going straight down, it eventually forks in two different directions, so you can either go left or right. Or you can eventually check both. I will say that with your torchlight, or with your flame, you can see that if you go left, it keeps going and then it goes downwards a little bit. And if you go right, it keeps going and then it turns to the right, like another right turn, basically.
Wow. I always like to choose the right side. Everyone in agreement?
They all nod their head and they follow you down to the right. And as you walk ahead, you eventually make that turn and you notice what seems to maybe be another... By the way, a pretty decent amount of time has gone by at this point. It seems like it was just a really long, straight walk. And then eventually you hit that one fork. And eventually you turn right and you see what seems to be another way out, maybe. It's like a ladder that kind of leads up to another grate system that that looks similar to what Chris had let you guys in through.
Okay. Well, at least we know we can get out two places. What are we looking for here, Jade? Is there anything in particular about vampires we look for? Maybe leave blood, streaks of blood?
From what I've heard, some places can have dying plant matter nearby if a vampire is made residence in the area. But we don't have any plants that we can see of at the moment.
Yeah, no planks. No planks. Well, let's just go back and then we'll go to the left side, I guess.
Alright. I'm going to say that you keep... Because that last perception check was so good, I'll say that you keep it for this time, and then from now on you're going to roll a second one.
Okay.
But as you're, finishing up your quick little conversation... You hear what sounds to be a low, gurgling kind of growling kind of sound coming from behind you. It's hard to tell whether it's coming from where you guys just came from or if it was down the other path. But it's like a really low, like...
What in tarnation is that?
I'm going to go ahead and take liberty and say that Neo and Groot both ready their weapons in case something bad happens.
Alright, Stevie, stay right behind me.
Stevie tucks in really close and basically just like he like grabs onto the bottom end of your shirt and just like holds on while you guys are walking through, making sure he doesn't lose himself. You guys get back to that fork and you can hear that same low rumbling coming from the other end of the fork that you guys didn't go down.
Oh, okay. Then we go forward slowly and attentively. Weapons ready.
Okay. As you do that, I'm going to go ahead and draw something on the map. Resume. Okay. If you want to, I can say that you guys are like on these squares while you're walking through.
Yeah.
If you want to. I didn't get a piece for Stevie, because fuck him.
I'll just grab that kid.
He might die eventually, who knows.
I'll grab the kid from Betrayal.
Yeah. Okay. As you're walking down, you eventually see that this part opens up a little bit more. So like this. And then it goes down a little further. Where is that other? There we go. And then it eventually, like this is going downhill. This part here is a pretty steep drop. So like right around there is a pretty steep drop down to here. And then like at this end, it opens up into a big, seems like a kind of a hidden room. And like right around here is all like sewage water in this area.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say that this here though, this drop is about, we'll say 10 feet. Not super easy to climb if you end up accidentally falling.
Alright.
So that's about 10 feet. And yeah, this whole area seems to be like sewage and water that probably disappears over time on its own, like evaporates on its own. But at the moment, it's pretty full.
Alright.
Probably given that it was recently flushed out. But you can definitely hear that low gurgling sound, that low gurgling growling sound coming from in this area.
Is that the noise vampires make, Jay?
She shakes her head no. She assumes not. Anyways, she thinks that it might be something else.
We got no other way. Better see what's up. And I go, jump off the 10-footer, land right there.
Just right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you walk up.
But she stays. Who's the range? No, he stays up here, so does Stevie.
Yeah.
They go down here with me. Oh, God.
Well, she can be ranged with her spells.
Oh, then I'll keep her up there for now then.
Okay. It also probably is better for lighting.
Yeah.
That way nobody else in front of her can get in the way.
Alright.
So I'm going to go ahead and say this part still kind of goes downhill. Because it's like sewage and water typically gets in this area, it's pretty slimy once you land. I'm going to go ahead and say have you and Neo both roll an agility check to make sure you guys stay standing up as you drop down the 10-foot wall.
That's mine.
Okay.
5.
Let me just do this for you.
Saw that coming.
And one for Neo. 11.
Yep. Jump.
And because it's downhill, you also end up sliding down into this nasty ass water. In which case, I'll allow you to stand back up in this case, but you basically just splashed into this water. And you guys are, this area of the water is probably only like ankle high. But you guys suddenly see bubbles coming up from the nasty watery area. And that low gurgling turns into this giant monstrous roar as you guys see this tentacled beast plunge out of the water. There's actually 2 of them, but I only have 1 of them. It is a aberration of some sort with really sharp teeth and tendrils coming out of it that are spiky, and it seems to be made of sewage.
What in tarnation are these people eating?
At that point, I'd like you to roll an initiative for everyone. And for everyone watching at home, it's an OTUG.
OTUG.
OTUG. It is a sewage beast that basically feeds on sewage and is sewage. It's basically just like a giant mouth
I forgot what determines initiative.
with tendrils. Agility.
Okay. So that's what you used.
Let me look up.
4 for Judith.
OTUG has no agility points. Okay. I need a piece of paper. I'll be right back.
18,
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll be right back.
20,
I want you to roll for all of them separately, by the way, since I did for these guys.
Yeah, I already started. So
Let's see. Okay.
Judith got 4.
Okay.
Neil got 23.
Okay. Hold on a second on that one. Judith is at 4. Neo is at 23. Okay.
Jade is 18.
Okay. Oh, you piece of crap. And for Groot.
17.
17 for Groot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Stevie,
I mean, he's just kind of hanging out in the back, right?
he's got 92.
Okay. What does Stevie do?
Uses his super speed to get out of there and get help. He stays in the back behind those 2.
Alright, there's the initiative order.
Alright.
So,
Uchug.
Otiug. So, only Judith goes after the Otiugs. Both the Otiugs roll pretty low. So, Neo goes first. What would Neo like to do in this case? Right now, you're only about ankle deep.
This is steep, right?
It's not super steep, it's just slimy, which is the reason why you ended up sliding down.
So I would just be doing checks as I go up it, right?
No, you won't have to do checks. I mean, you can do an agility check if you want to move at full speed, but because it's rough terrain, because it's all slimy, you can move at half speed without
Okay.
checks. So yeah, if you want to go back up.
How deep is this water?
Right now, where you're standing, right at the end, is you're only ankle deep at the moment. You can't really see very well. The water's, it's sewage water. It's all murky. So you couldn't even see these things inside of it before they emerged from the water.
Okay.
And it seems like they're not really like standing up. It just seems like they're kind of floating in the water right now.
Like a shit.
Like the like the body portion of it is just floating up, and then the tentacles are out.
Okay. Neo's going first.
Yep.
We gotta get to higher ground. We're not gonna be able to fight them in water. I sure shit can. Get it? Shit can.
I get it.
Alright, let's go.
You can only move 3 squares at half speed.
Yeah, okay, so I was trying to remember.
Okay.
Alright.
If you want to, you could use an extra major action as a movement action, but that's on you. And it's gonna be a might check to try and climb up the
Yeah.
wall.
Trying to figure out something here. Yeah, he'll climb.
Okay, so go ahead and make a might check. I'm gonna go say a disadvantage 1 since it's all
Gross.
slimy, yeah. But he has pretty high might.
Roll better.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
9. He ends up
Face down.
sliding back down again.
Shit.
Yeah. Made 0 progress. It is now whose turn? Jade. It's now
Yeah.
Jade's turn. Let me look at these guys' stats before we continue too much.
Don't worry, I just have to figure out what Jade has anyway.
Oh my god. You're fine. You guys are fine, right? These things have a lot of HP.
Alright.
Don't worry too much about that, but you know, they have a lot of HP.
Am I not allowed to swap initiative with people?
No,
Alright.
not in this case. You can give up your action and like be like, if this scenario happens, then I want them to do this. So like ready in action essentially.
Okay.
But you can't trade initiatives right now.
Okay. Alright, Jade gets ready a lightning attack in which she plans to hit the water if they seem to be about to get out of the water. Like about to get onto this land
So
area.
as soon as they get to out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means they're in the water still, but
Yeah.
Neil failed.
So if both of them get out of the water by time before Judith's next turn, then she
Yeah.
can shoot lightning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Groot.
Groot is a multi-target expert.
Well then, I'm
and they are
multi-targeting.
within 25 feet for sure.
I'm
so.
multi-targeting those assholes.
I forget exactly what. Oh yeah, he can. Doesn't he bolster? Or was it?
No, it was Jade.
Jade bolsters.
Yeah.
Jade does it as a bonus action though, so I'll allow you to go back and
Okay.
try and bolster.
Yeah, I'll do the bolster then.
Okay.
Which was, what do we do again?
I forget exactly how it worked. It was like I wrote all this down. Let me see real quick. I wrote it down under feats. Auto success on a single target or advantage 3 on a multi-target. So basically you would roll 4 times, and because you're rolling for 3 additional targets, it would basically be no advantage or disadvantage on the rolls.
Okay. So what do I roll? My
What does
D20?
bolster say?
Oh, in the actual card.
Yeah, because also what is, I forget exactly what
It does.
well, I forget what look on your actions real quick. What stat does bolster?
Alteration.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 4 alteration checks, and then what is the bolster's power level?
It is 3.
So you need to roll a 16 or higher,
16.
and you get 4 separate rolls. So start off, target who you want to target. I think hers is 5, so you get 2d6. So who do you want to target first?
I'll start with Jade. I mean, yeah, Jade. It might as well do it for
Yeah,
herself.
sure. And you need 16 or higher. So the 6 explodes, so you're at 12 right now. There, that's enough for Jade. Next target,
Is Judith.
6 explodes again. You only need a 2. Nope.
Yeah.
I just had to say it.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. And then finally Groot. That's
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so everyone except for Judith is bolstered, which means that everyone else gets advantage on attack rolls. Is that right?
Choose some target. The target gains advantage on their action rolls with that attribute according to the power level of the villain. With that attribute.
Oh, let me read it. Choose a single attribute. Oh, you have to choose a single attribute. So you have to choose like agility or might or whatever attribute you want.
Alright. So I choose an attribute.
Yeah.
Then I will put up fortitude.
Okay, so everybody gets advantage 1 on all fortitude checks.
Right, that's what I would do for when they attack me.
Well,
It's part of the
when they
attribute.
attack you, it's just guard.
Guard, but that's
But that's just the set number towards your guard. Advantage just means you get to roll better.
yeah,
I mean, it
right.
could
I
have
forgot
been-
about that. Nah, you're right.
Alright.
I forgot about that. Then fuck that. What about?
It does take a might roll to climb back up.
I was about to say
Yeah.
might.
Okay, so you can do might.
All right, cool.
Alright, so everyone except Judith gets advantage on might for now.
She doesn't need it.
Yeah, she probably doesn't. Yeah. Next is who? Groot. Groot can now make his multi-attack if he wants. What are
Alright.
Groot's feats and stuff again?
Groot has actions is short bow, disarm,
Well, feats.
multi-target attack, spec.
2? 3? 2?
It looks like 3 dashes, but I can't tell if you were just trying to make the one darker.
Yeah, it's 3, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So, advantage 3 on his attacks.
Attack spec 1, short bow, so advantage.
Okay.
All right, so short bow, multi-targeting, hitting those 2 halves.
So he can attack the 2 of them with advantage 1.
All right, this is the one for the right.
The one, you're right. So this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not very good.
Check. You get advantage 1, so you can reroll the d6. The one. Thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 11.
Their guard. Nope. You don't hit the first one. Make a second attack against the second one.
20, 25.
Go ahead and reroll the 4 just in case it's higher. Yep, and it explodes. Hold on. What are we at now?
Okay,
It's
so
12, 17 plus 15 is 33.
sure.
No, 32. It's 32. 37. A super crit. You know something that we haven't been doing and I keep forgetting about? So... Jeez, I need a fucking calculator. You roll a 37 minus 19. That's
Here, I'll do it.
18.
37.
37 minus 19.
18.
Okay. So, that much health. And something that we haven't been doing, but we can start now, is that I completely forgot. If you roll 10 or more on any damage die, you can actually add on a Bane to whatever you did.
Oh, wow.
So
For real?
because he uses an agility-based attack, you can do an agility-based Bane.
Damn. That's nuts. That's just a core combat thing? Just a core combat thing?
Yeah, but I keep forgetting about it.
That's really interesting.
It's like their version of crits, essentially.
Death.
Is death
Agility.
even agility-based?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no because he would need to have power
I
level
know.
9 at it.
It's all good.
Something that equals his power level, which is 5 in this case. Because his agility score is 5. I know a couple off the top of my head is disarmed, although that probably doesn't really apply in this
Yeah.
case. Persistent damage is
I'll do immobile.
immobile works.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say that you take your arrow and you shoot under the water. It lets out a
Yes.
loud squeal, And the Otia gets pushed back some, and it seems to be caught on something. You're not quite sure what.
Sweet.
So we'll say that this Otia is not pinned to this wall, essentially.
Good. Good stuff, Groot. You're the best elf dwarf I've ever seen.
Okay. It is now the OTX turns. So I'm going to start with OTX 2 instead of OTX 1, just to try and get rid of the Bane, the immobile Bane. Nope, doesn't work. The OTX is still letting out this guttural sort of screeching sound, this awful sound, and is unable to break free from being pinned into the whatever it seems to be stuck into. OTX 1 is now going to move forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Move up to you guys. And he is going to make 4 attacks.
Christ.
3 tentacle attacks and 1 bite attack.
On multiple targets?
Oh wait, no, it's not multiple targets. It's I'll just roll a d4 to see who he attacks. On a 1 and a 2 he attacks Judith, 3 and a 4 he attacks Neo. He attacks Neo.
Alright. Good, I didn't like them anyway.
So and he also gets like huge amount of disadvantage on all 4 of these attacks.
Okay. And
To the point where I probably shouldn't even bother. I'm gonna do 2 attacks. Yeah, I'm just gonna do 2 attacks, just so I don't have to roll a billion dice. So he's gonna make 2 tentacle attacks towards Neo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Rolls a natural 20. Plus 12 is 32. Plus another 3 is 35. Versus Neo's guard.
Oh, the good thing is Neo's card is exactly 35.
Yeah,
It's 20.
so that's 15 points of damage to Neo.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. That's probably the most amount of damage. Probably the most amount of damage any of the players
You
took.
gonna inflict a bane?
Yep, you can inflict a bane. Can inflict a might-based bane.
The amateurish way we've been
Yeah.
going about it. We love you. You're our one fan.
I forgot the recording, but my friend Groot did a massive amount of damage to the other OTO.
Groot's been MVP in
basically.
this fight against shitballs. Persistent damage.
Okay. And that happens at the end of the creature's turn?
At a start of a target's turn.
Start of
Before any
target's
action,
turn.
they
Okay.
suffer damage.
Got it.
As listed below. Power level is determined how? By the points in agility.
So he's 5 points in agility.
So power level 4 is the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1d6 damage per round.
Yeah. And also, just so you know, those numbers can also explode.
Nice.
So, after Groot, who goes next?
That would be the Uchugs. D7 Uchugs.
We'll start with him
6.
since he's taking the persistent damage. So go ahead and roll a d6. Okay, at the beginning of the round, he takes 5 damage. The Otiug
Bleed him.
had an arrow blasted through its open mouth and is now spewing out some sort of really gross, gunky type of liquid that seems to be part of its anatomy.
Yeah. I think we call it cum.
Yeah. So we'll start with OTO2, see if he resists the immobiling. He does not. He is still immobile. So he can't really do anything still. So now at OTO1's turn, he's going to move 5, 10, 15. Trying to make sure I not get these right. 20, 25, 30. Just barely makes it to you guys.
Limping.
As it scrambles up the actually once it gets here it would be considered rough terrain.
Oh, yeah.
So that's here. So 5, 15, 20, 30. He gets there. And I don't think he gets reach on his attacks.
Tentacles?
I mean, he's technically not within reach of you. You still have to be within 5 feet.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you can do.
Alright.
It is now Judith's turn, I think.
Yeah, it was at the end. So
Yeah.
Judith. Well, she walks right up to this thing. She's like, she's it's tired. She just walks slowly. Goes right to it. And then just brings up that sword. No, like this. The great sword. It's gonna stab it right in its mouth because it's still pretty open. It doesn't know how to close its mouth.
They're like shrieking at you at the moment.
Oh, yeah, let me make sure. I have an advantage or something. Attack spec 1.
You get advantage 1 on all attack rolls.
Okay, and vicious strike if I get a crit.
If you roll a 20, then you get advantage on the next d20. I think is how it works.
What's martial focus again?
Oh yeah, that makes it so you can roll 2d10s instead of 2d8s. You keep upgrading your attacks, man.
In the middle of a fight.
This is the problem with controlling 4 characters.
That is true. Maybe we're gonna have to part with some of this at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the question is, who do you get rid of?
A Jade.
Get rid of Judith.
Fuck you. Judith stays forever, man.
So you roll 2d10 instead of 2d8s.
Oh, let me use this as a 2d10 as the second d10.
And you also get advantage 1. So
Oh. 3.
the 5 gets, the 5 gets re-rolled if,
not
if
the-
it gets better. No, you don't ever re-roll a d20.
Okay, so 10,
Advantage.
15.
Alright, 20 seems. So 12, 15.
Wait, what? It was 7, 3, and 5, right?
Yeah.
Originally, so that's 15.
Well, advantage just means you take the higher die roll.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got you the other one. Okay.
Yeah, you don't actually roll 3d10s. You roll 3d10s and take the 2 highest. So that's 15, which unfortunately isn't enough to strike the OTEG. The OTEG, you go to take a stab at it, and the OTEG wraps one of its tentacles around your sword and kind of moves your sword out of your own way.
Shit!
Who goes first again? Neo? It's Neo's turn.
Ah.
Or well, unless you want to do something else with her. You only moved 5 feet. Or you only used 10 feet of movement, technically, so.
Be like, well.
If you move away again, he gets an attack of opportunity. It's up to you.
No.
Okay.
I won't let it.
Alright. I guess that's all you do then?
Yeah.
Wait, you had might. You get another
I had advantage.
'cause
I
of
forgot.
bullshit.
Alright, so what do I
So
roll?
we roll the 5 again. And hopefully you get something stronger. Nope. Okay, yeah. Nothing changes. Never mind. I forgot you were bullshit.
Yeah. Same here. Alright.
Now Neo's turn. And he's stunned. Just so you remember.
I'll roll it on stun.
If he doesn't succeed, just remember he
If
can't do
fails,
anything
yeah.
else
That's fine.
for the rest of the turn. For the rest of the round. Alright, so you have to roll a d20, and it's 50-50. So 1 through 10 is a fail, 11 through 20 is success. That's a success, so you go ahead and you can now take your other actions if you'd like. You can't move, because you use your move action to unstun.
Yeah, you're right.
You could try and climb back up if you want.
No. I'm gonna be there till the end. I'm gonna have Neo kill this fight.
He can throw his shield like Captain America.
Is this a new ability you added? Making your Neo fan fiction come to life.
Hey, this isn't the same Neo I would play. Just so you know, this is like an alternate universe Neo.
All right.
He can technically do a. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of my Neo.
He told you.
My Neo has points of protection, so I was gonna say you could technically do something with that.
I'm gonna throw my longsword.
You throw your longsword.
Yeah.
You,
This.
you sure? Are you sure?
I mean, how can I miss?
You tell me. Confirm whether or not you want to do it right now.
100% yes.
Alright, go for it. Roll a d20 plus 2d6s if he has 5 points.
In what?
Might.
Oh, we're using might for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a might based weapon, so, you know. He misses horribly.
Lucky charm.
Oh, okay, Lucky Charm. He sees himself missing horribly, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, wait.
Straight up.
He's like, no, wait. And then all of a sudden time reverses back to the point where he has his sword back in his hands again. Focuses, tries to take a second. What is Lucky Charm? It makes him reroll entirely?
You must take this like someone else's dice. Yeah, reroll.
Okay, yeah. So, just double checking.
Here we go, Neo. You calculated this time. All the physics are there.
Yep.
You know the weight. You know the aim.
He still misses.
God damn.
9 plus 7 is...
Wait. Advantage.
Oh yeah, he does get advantage 1. So reroll the 4. Hope for something right. No. Takes his sword and he chucks it. And it lands somewhere in this area, maybe.
God
It just
damn.
splashes in the water. Splashes into deep, murky water that you can't see anymore. Oh, I just remembered, because she technically doesn't have her hand torch up anymore. Technically, you guys probably get a disadvantage on these attack rolls. But, you
We
know,
all have night vision.
it's fine.
There's slits of light coming somewhere. That's what it is.
So he throws his sword and it plops somewhere in there.
Alright.
That's now Jade's turn, I think.
It is. It is Jade's turn. Well, Jade, I'll need you to lightning him up.
I swear to God, if you lose this fight.
Just with like so little health left on that creature, and then the other one's been pinned forever.
I wonder how long he gets pinned if he fails one more.
He just dies.
Resist.
Just dies. He gives up.
Immobile. Fail 3 times equals 1 minute. So you would be stuck there for 7 more rounds. If he fails this one.
Okay. At that point, I just leave him to die. Just walk away.
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't die.
No.
He would eventually get
Starve.
itself free, but starve. It probably feeds on fecal matter.
Oh, great. Why does it need so many teeth?
It's just toilet paper. It's just toilet paper in the shape of teeth.
All bark, no bite. Alright, so energy 2d6. No advantage. No, wait, advantage on lightning. Lightning.
Okay, make a lightning attack. That is definitely gonna hit. You hit the main one, right? You're hitting the main one, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
one,
right.
Okay, yeah. It's dead. It's for sure dead.
Let me make sure it's super dead. Alright.
Okay, yeah, it's super dead. Even with that extra 1, it's super dead.
Does it explode? Does it take the lightning
Well,
and
since
start
it's
filling
dead,
up?
I'll allow you to describe how it dies.
Ooh, okay. So she just casts lightning, and it's one of those things where it hits it, but it looks like it just shocked a little bit, but then it starts inflating and shaking and explodes. Everything becomes really gross and disgusting.
Yeah, everyone is covered in shit. Literal shit. This one's over here.
Area, that one's dead.
Get rid of this guy. Okay. You're now... Who's next? Groot? Yep, Groot.
Yeah, it's Groot.
Unless you want Jude to do something else. Jade.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Groot's gonna murder this other one.
Alright.
Alright, Groot.
Gets advantage 1, I think, right?
Yeah, he does. I'm not a single target. So it's 2d6s. Advantage
Yeah.
1.
It'll be 3d6s, and you take the 2 highest.
13, 15.
You roll the 2 just in case it's higher. Alright. So that's 21 points. Versus its guard is 19, so you deal 3 points of damage.
Not too bad, not too bad.
And that's it. You deal 3 points of damage to this one. Let's add a little gurgling sound as the arrow sinks into like the upper end of its body. It is now the OTO's turn to try and resist the immobile Bane for the last time.
Before it's done for.
If it succeeds, then it can finally move. If it fails, it's stuck there for 7 more rounds. It succeeds.
Okay.
It's now no longer... Well, it can't move still because that was its movement action. So it's still there. But you can see it like clearly like unpinned itself from the arrow that was originally stuck into it.
Alright.
It looks at you guys menacingly. It's now Neo's turn, or Judith's turn. It's not Judith's
Neil,
turn.
why in goddamn did you throw your sword? What the hell? Oh. Alright, well.
Alright, I throw my sword.
We'll both. Look, we make stupid decisions together, Neil.
Yeah. This is just you talking to yourself now.
Well, luckily, I got me throwing weapons.
Oh yeah, you have javelins.
Yeah.
We need to get a team inventory sheet,
Yeah.
and then you can actually split inventory among them.
Alright, well, throwing javelins.
All right.
Which is just
Well,
agility,
you can
so.
throw 1. No, it's might based.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll say javelin. I'll say throwing weapons can be either might or agility based. Shooting weapons are all agility based.
I don't have advantage anymore, do I? Well, I have my own advantages, but I don't have the...
You get advantage 1.
Do I still have bolster, I guess is what I'm asking.
I'm trying to think. You get advantage 1 for the bolster and the attack spec,
Yeah.
but you get disadvantage 1 because of how dark it is right now.
Oh, yeah, you probably put that into account.
So you get advantage 1 total.
7.
So that's 21.
Yep.
Versus guard 19, which again deals 3 damage.
Alright. Back to the top. It's Groot. Alright, Groot. End it.
Groot makes his moves. Again, advantage 1.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, advantage, he gets 2 advantage and 1 disadvantage, so advantage 1 in total. 11, 14, or potentially 14. A 12, that's 18 plus 5 is 23. 23 plus 4 is 27. Minus 19 equals 6 points of damage. Yeah.
Yep.
This thing is starting to look real rough.
Okay.
Has a javelin,
Oh,
a
did we
couple
skip
of
Jade?
arrows sticking through. You might have.
I skipped Jade.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even want you to do anything. Because you fucked up.
Yeah, go ahead and do Jade's actions.
Okay. Alright. Electricity. Again. Is that all she has? It's the best stuff she has. Electricity it is.
Again, she gets. She doesn't get her bolster because she didn't get bolster.
But she gets
well, I mean,
advantage
she
from
doesn't
lightning.
get might based. Oh yeah, I forgot the bolster was might based anyways.
Oh yeah, we never added a bolster. But she didn't have one originally.
But I was adding it for Groot, even though he's using an agility based base
Oh,
attack.
yeah, you're right.
That's fine though.
Alright. Well, I don't get advantage one on my lightning.
But no advantage because it's dark.
Yeah.
But you still get to reroll the 20, so. That's 40 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
How he wants to die?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, it was another lightning one.
Yep.
And this one gets hit. Same thing. Very, very low impact. And then you think it's fine. It's actually moving. It's moving toward us. But it shakes a little bit. It keeps moving. It's moving. It's moving. And then it's like, and then it's getting out of the water. And it gets right in front of us. It's about to bite Judith's head off and explodes.
Throwing even more shit all over the room.
Jade has never been one to be a clean fighter.
Okay. That's it. That's both of the OTUGs.
Yeah. Well, guys, we'll have to descend in the water for a bit. We need to get Neo's dumbass sword.
Groot speaks up. Is like, I think that sounds like a job for Neo. That, or you could just buy a new one, I guess.
You know, Groot, that's totally right. Neo, we'll stay right here.
Okay. Okay, hold on. As soon as he gets here, as soon as he drops down past like this line, he just plummets under the water.
Oh, right.
His armor is too heavy.
Oh shit, we didn't think this through. I go like right at the edge of where I saw him drop and I try to feel for him.
Make a perception check. As Judith.
Yes, that doesn't help.
13 is enough. You two are working together. Eventually, he's like, you can see like waves around the water where his arm is like frantically moving.
Mm.
Eventually, you do catch his hand and you're able to pull him back up. So he's like here now.
Well, I guess your sword's a goner.
The water wasn't that deep.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know how to swim.
Okay.
Well,
It's up to, I guess it's up to you as the player, but Neo's sword is definitely like down there somewhere.
Groot, I guess, wouldn't have that armor problem, neither would Jade.
Yeah, neither of them would have the armor problem, you're right. Neo could just take his armor off.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Alright, Neo comes up with a solution. I can take
Okay.
my armor off,
Yep.
and he strips completely naked.
Yeah.
100% naked.
Alright, so we'll just say at this point you guys are up here now.
Yeah,
You make it back up here. Neo's equipment is over here somewhere.
he shit dives.
Okay, he's able to float around in this puddle of shit.
He accidentally breathes it in. Ah! And then goes back down.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage 1 for Neo. He knows roughly where it landed, but because it's all murky and he's just kind of feeling around for it, he can't really rely too much on his previous knowledge. 18. Well, disadvantage. Oh no. Well, yeah, he gets disadvantage 1, so you have to reroll a 6, see if it's lower. Nope. Okay, so 18 is actually enough. He pulls out his sword. As he was feeling around, he also felt some other hard pieces. You're not sure exactly what it was. If you want to, he can try and dive down one more time to try and pick him back up. But it's
Oh,
up
he
to
shouts
him.
across the way, "Guys, I felt a lot of hard pieces down there." And then Judas just says, "Sounds like people who ain't enough fiber." And then he's like, "No, I don't think it's more shit." And then he's like, I'll pick it up anyway."
Okay.
And dives back down for it.
Alright, go ahead and roll one more perception check just to see what he can get. And that's already a 1, so. 14. He dives back down one more time, and comes back up, and he kind of examines it himself, and he seems to have run across like a few gem pieces of some sort. Not entirely sure how they got down there or why they're there, but it's curious nonetheless. But he gets some pretty solid looking like gemstones.
If he looks up, is it just straight up stone, or is there?
Yeah,
grade?
like if you look up, it's just a ceiling of stone.
Okay, so there's no grade.
Yeah.
Anything in the sides? Nothing. Entryways for the water to come in beyond this specific.
Nah, that seems to be the only way that water really comes back in.
All right.
Seems like any water that comes through this tunnel eventually ends up here. Even with that fork, it'll eventually come back and then go down this little.
All right. He comes out. I found gems.
Cool.
I'm richer once more.
Guys, help him back up.
Puts his clothes
God damn it.
on. Well, you know that's the end of the game, right?
Yeah, that's, once you hear the coin.
Once you hear the coin drop, you gotta stop. Alright. So what were the gems?
Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and do a quick generator. I'll just roll some dice, see what you get. Let's do... Give me your D4. Good. Yeah. Give me... There's a second one there I can see. Yeah. Let me do it this way. So, we'll do... Solid purple will be red. Okay. Find 4422. Here. I'm gonna hand you numbers, or I'm gonna tell you some numbers. I want you to write them down in sequence, in fours. Sequences of fours, essentially. So, like,
You give me 4 numbers.
if I say like the 4 numbers 4, 4, 4, 4, do like 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and then go down to the next line, and then I'm gonna do that 3 times.
Okay.
So the first sequence of numbers is 4, 4, 2, 2.
Okay.
Let's see. The second sequence of numbers is 2, 3, 2, 3. And then the third sequence is 4, 1, 2, 3. And then just go down the lines and then add up those rows. Like, so the first numbers add those up, the second numbers add those up, and so on. And then I'll decide on some random number real quick. He got a pretty hefty handful of gems.
Alright. It's 10868.
Okay, so what was the first number?
1.
No, I mean, when you add them all up.
Oh, it's 10,868.
When you add up the first row of numbers, what do you
Oh,
get?
it's 10.
10. Okay, so you find 10 red gems. Second row
8.
is 8 green gems. Third row
6.
is 6 blue gems. And then finally, last row
8.
is 8 purple gems.
Alright, repeat that again. Sorry.
So the first sequence of numbers is red.
Okay.
Second sequence is green.
That's a lot of fucking stats.
Third sequence is blue. And the fourth one is purple. And you can put that into your team inventory,
Alright.
your money inventory if you want to.
I'll just grab the sticky note touch for now.
So you guys find all of that, or Neo finds all of that, but I'm sure he shares it because he's a good guy.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, those are what you find as your treasure for beating the OTUGs. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt you, stealing somebody else's stash.
No, it'll never come to haunt me.
No vampires.
All right.
Hold on. And just as a note, write down in there, like, you got that from the OTO.
I put it poop money.
Poop money, that works too. Put poop money in my note. That way, whenever you decide to get that checked out, you'll figure out how much it's at.
Doctor, I need you to look at my poop money.
Yeah. Alright. So, you guys are hanging out in the sewer. No vampires.
Covered in shit.
Covered in shit.
Well, we fought two ugly ass things, but well, I don't know what they look like.
Stevie peers from around the corner. Are they gone?
Yes, you're the only one not covered in shit.
He comes around the corner and he's completely covered in shit.
How the hell did you get covered in shit, Steven?
I was hiding on the ground.
Why?
Oh, I thought it was safe.
Oh, Christ. Alright, well, we're all covered in shit. I don't know what a vampire looks like. What are those vampires, Jay?
They usually look human. No,
Oh.
they're not vampires.
Well,
I don't know what those things were, but they're scary.
Well, we took it was easy work on them, so we're gonna have to go the other parts.
Nero's like, yeah, whatever you say, Judith. As he's got like giant like wounds from getting slapped by a tentacle from
Look,
the
it
spikes.
just removes my shit-covered cape and just hands it to him. Just heal up.
Okay. He starts healing up, and he's very happy and grateful about that.
Full heal.
Yeah, he eventually heals all the way back up. I can't remember how that cape works.
It's like, I don't fucking know.
I can't remember. But yeah, he eventually would heal back up to full.
All right,
Do you not have it written down?
I have it written down somewhere. Cloak of healing. Heal autocast.
Oh, okay. So you can.
Keep on going.
I'll say yeah. I mean, it's basically just a heal spell, but like I'll say since you give it to him, it can eventually heal him all the way back up.
All right.
Guy's completely covered in shit as you decide to exit the sewer.
Wait, are Jade and Groot covered in shit even though they were 10 feet up?
I guess not. They're not covered.
Alright, so it's just us two and Steve.
Yeah. Because he tried to hide.
Yeah.
And he like decided to.
Like an ostrich, he buried his head into the shit.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we go, I guess, a different way in the sewer since we have an exit and dead end, so I asked, what do you guys think about those gems that Neo found? I don't think those were an accident. Crew hasn't said anything though. Maybe Crew knows something about shit money.
Maybe. Groot speaks up since you ask him, and he says, I mean, sometimes people just lose things by accident. I don't know how they would have gotten here. There aren't really many sewer grates to accidentally drop your money. Maybe somebody was purposely trying to hide it here.
My thoughts exactly, Groot.
Maybe
Very
somebody was
astute.
in trouble and decided to dump it down a toilet.
And then created two of those meatball monsters to kill us. Well, maybe not us specifically, but anyone getting near.
I don't know. I don't know
Alright.
about those giant monsters.
Be diligent, because we're working against vampires, but worst of all, we're about to run into some gangsters.
Okay.
I expect the next fight to be people in leather jackets with guns. Alright. We walk this way and try to find a different path in the sewer.
Okay. You do, as you're walking through, do notice occasional, like, you know, there might be like another, this way might be like another way to going somewhere, but it seems to just like eventually be a dead end, and when you look up you realize it's just another privy, and then like you go over this way. Basically it's very linear. It seems to go down the middle of of the entire.
City.
Yeah, and then like they probably just dump water into those to push it all towards the center line,
Mhm.
and then get a big puddle or a big like wave of water to push everything down this way.
Okay. Well,
That's what it seems like, but there aren't like.
I'm starting to think there ain't a damn empire in the sewers. Jade.
It was your idea to come here.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm dirty. I'm smelly. My kid smells more than I do, and I don't know why. I can't do this no more.
I commit seppuku.
I could do that on the spot.
Yeah.
We go back over here and exit this way, or is it inaccessible from that inside?
You can lead. There's a ladder that goes upwards. You just don't know where it leads to at the moment.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yep.
You go that way.
You go this way?
Yeah.
Alright. So you go ahead and head out of the sewer, and it seems to take you to somewhere in the middle of town. Not somewhere you immediately recognize. Probably haven't been in this part of the city yet. We'll say it takes you eventually somewhere towards the eastern side of the city. That particular gate is somewhere towards the eastern side of the city. The gate or the entrance that you went through when Chris was showing you, he showed you an entrance on the western side of the city. So it seems to just go through east through the west and then eventually ends up here.
Alright, well.
But you're like kind of outside area, probably some farm. There's like a couple farms nearby. One of them for like berries and another one for some livestock.
Okay. Well, what time of day is it?
It's starting to get closer to evening time.
Okay.
Sun's starting to set.
Well, let me say this then. We should clean up. I smell terrible. Somehow Jade smells worse than I do. Not entirely sure why. And we need to get some rest. And me, myself, I don't know how much more I can do this because I'm just really tired. I don't want to go to sleep, but I need to go do something else. I'll also do my exam.
So, you guys clean up. Anything else you want to do before you head to bed in game? We'll say that it cost you guys 2 gold pieces each to rent out a bath.
Where did I put our communal money? Oh, it's not sticking out.
There was like a
There it is. Found it.
yeah.
All right. So what was it?
It's 2 gold each, so it'd be 10 gold total.
All right, 90 left. All right.
Anything else you want to do for the time being?
No.
Don't want to. You can get your gems appraised.
Oh, okay. That we automatically knew just based on what they were. Oh no, you just had the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Nia goes to get them appraised.
Okay. So Neo comes back. Red gems, however many you have, they're worth 100 gold each.
Okay, red gems.
Yeah, 100 gold each.
Okay, so that's 1,000.
It's gonna be a huge payout.
And Nia's not gonna tell anybody.
Yeah. He's just gonna go.
It was worth nothing. They were all plastic.
He's gonna go buy a new sword right now.
Yeah, I know, right? So that boomerangs back.
A new magic sword.
Yeah. All right.
The green ones are worth 75 gold each.
It's time for the calculator. 600.
This is a huge payout.
All right.
The blue ones are worth 60 gold each.
36. Alright.
And the purple ones are worth 50 gold each.
400. So I'm at 2,360 gold.
If you want to, you can take the 0 off the end and get it back with platinum.
Yeah, let's
Call it platinum.
236. 6 plus 52. 288. 288 platinum. I can finally buy a city.
Yeah. That's right. That's all you need platinum for.
Yeah. It's done. Alright.
Okay. Let's do one more fun thing real quick. This is gonna be fun.
I did want to use the Ring of Fireballs at some point. I'll use it on the vampire when I see him.
Let's see. Judith, Neo, Groot, Jade, and Stevie. I want you to roll D20 plus Fortitude for each of your characters.
Okay. For each, so individual rolls plus their fortitude?
Yep.
Okay. What does 2 fortitude get me for?
That's D6.
That's 8 for Judith.
Okay. Now for Neo.
Oh, they got sick, damn
Now for Neo.
it. You asshole. Alright. 2d6.
He has 5 Fortitude.
Yeah.
Huh.
Alright.
Is that 15?
No. Yeah, 15.
Okay. Next is Groot.
Three.
Okay.
They all got the
Next
the black
is Jade.
plague.
Yeah.
And she has nothing, so.
Okay. Next is Stevie.
Stevie, he got stronger for this whole thing. His immune system is young
Let's
and,
figure that out.
and vibrant.
Let's figure that out.
20, baby, 20. Wait, Jade and Groot weren't covered in shit.
Okay. That's it. You can end the day there.
Next session. Neo.
Neo's the only
Steve-
one not dead.
Yeah, Steve, Jade, Groot, Judith did not wake up. They were dead.
Now Neo has to.
And then you're like, and then now I'm the DM and you play Neo.
Neo has to do a Skyrim mission where he goes into everyone's dreams and wakes them back up.
Oh yeah, there we go.